Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Canadian volcanoes and volcanic fields part 8, and we're going to start with triplex cone. Triplex cone is in British Columbia, Canada. It is thought to have last erupted in the Holocene period, and that is here. And our next one is Tuscany cone. And we can see the cone shape here. Tuscany cone is a young cinder cone and the adjacent lava flows associated with the Nass Ranges and the Northern Cordilleran Volcanic Province. It is located east of Crater Creek at outlet of Melita Lake, southeast of Gitlak Dimax, and 37 miles north of Terrace, British Columbia, Canada. And we can tell that's Melita Lake there. Our next one is Tuscany Ridge. Tuscany Ridge is also known as Tuscany Peak, and it is here. And Black Knight Cone. It is a subglacial mound that sits out by itself in the Desolation lava field in the northwestern British Columbia, Canada. So it's more here. And we can see it here. And moving on to our next one is Tuber Hill. Not YouTuber Hill, but Tuber Hill. And Tuber Hill is here. Tuber Hill is a small 600,000-year-old basaltic stratovolcano that was constructed on the Bridge River Highlands when nearby valleys were packed with ice. Tuber Hill is part of the Garibaldi segment of the Cascadian Cascade Arc, but is not in the geographic Cascade Range. And our next one is Tucker Seamount. Which is here. Tucker Seamount is a small seamount located in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of the northern Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. Our next one is Tuscany Mountain. Tuscany Mountain is a mountain in the Stikine Plateau located east of Newfoundland Mountain and northwest of Dease Lake on the northeast side of the Tachita Lakes. It is a product of the subglacial volcanism during the Pleistocene period when this area was covered by thick glacial ice, forming a subglacial volcano that never broke through the underlying glacial ice known as a subglacial mound. And our next one is Tuya Butte. Tuya Butte is part of the Tuya volcanic field, a volcanic field that includes tuyas plus glacial lapilli, cones, and lava flows, and several small shield volcanoes formed during the Pleistocene and Holocene. This in turn is part of the Northern Cordilleran Volcanic Province from Prince Rupert into the Yukon and the Alaska border, caused by rifting of the Northern American plate as the Pacific plate slides northward along the Queen Charlotte Fault. Tuya Butte is a tuya in the Tuya Range of north-central British Columbia, Canada. It is a bit less isolated from other ranges than northern Mount Josephine. Some of the other volcanoes in the area include South Tuya, Ash Mountain, and Matthews Tuya. I don't know we have a view here, so I'm going to just look and see. And I don't see one in this area. So moving on to our next one, which is Tuscany-Wilson Seamounts. Tuscany-Wilson Seamounts, also called J. Tuzo-Wilson Knolls and Tuzo-Wilson Knolls, are two young active submarine volcanoes off of the coast of British Columbia, Canada. And that's here. And moving on to our next one is Twin Cone. And even though I have my pen here, I don't see it, so I'm just going to state it's in this area. Twin Cones is a cinder cone in northern British Columbia, Canada. It is thought to have last erupted in the Holocene period. I believe this is it here. And here. And moving on to our next one is Union Seamount. Union Seamount is a seamount located in the Pacific Ocean off of the coast of northern British Columbia, Canada. And our next one is Volcanic Creek Cone. Volcanic Creek Cone is a small cinder cone 20 kilometers or 12 miles northeast of Atlin in the northwestern British Columbia. There are two cinder cones and lava flows at least 3 kilometers or 2 miles long, which is present below parts of the tree-covered area. The subdued form of the Volcanic Creek cone is visible directly below the largest snow patch. The cone has probably suffered through at least one glacial episode. Volcanic Creek Cone is part of the Northern Cordilleran Volcanic Province. So you can see it's down here, and it's just as you come down from the snow. It's also near Mount Barnum. Our next one is the volcano. The volcano is a small cinder cone in the boundary ranges of the Coast Mountains in northwestern British Columbia, Canada. Our next one is Vulcans Thumb. Vulcans Thumb is a rock pinnacle in the Pacific Ranges of northwestern British Columbia, Canada. It is the largest of a number of slender pinnacles protruding from the sharp summit ridge of the Pyroclastic Peak, which forms part of the Mount Cayley Massif. 3 eruptive stages built on the Mount Cayley Massif, the second of which is named the Vulcans Thumb. So we can see it's here. Our next one is Watts Point Volcanic Center. Watts Point Volcanic Center is a small outcrop of Pleistocene-age volcanic rock at the Watts Point in British Columbia, Canada, about 10 kilometers or 6 miles south of Squamish and 40 kilometers or 25 miles north of Vancouver, and just north of Britannia Beach. It is the southernmost volcanic zone in the Squamish Volcanic Field and of the Garibaldi segment of the Cascade Volcanic Arc. The latest research indicates that it is most likely a subglacial mound. It comprises a continuous mass of sparsely porphyric, highly jointed dacitic lava overlying the mid-Cretaceous Coast Plutonic Complex, and overlain locally by clay and of glacial till. I'm not sure if we have a view here, so I'm going to back up and see if we can find a view. And it looks as though we do, so we are going to go, I'm going to go to the top. So we'll go up here. Oops, I think we're on the other side. Anyway, you can see where we're standing at. Isn't that gorgeous? And overlooking a bay. Okay, you guys, and moving on to our next one, which is Untitled Ridge. Untitled Ridge is a volcanic feature associated with the Spectrum Range volcanic complex, which in turn form part of the Northern Cordilleran volcanic province. It is a subglacial mound that formed in the Pleistocene period when this area was buried beneath glacial ice during the last ice age. So we're looking here. And that would be along this area here. And our next one is White Creek Cone. I'm not thinking White Horse. Oh, the next one's White Horse. And this is White Creek Cone here. I don't have a whole lot of information about it, other than it's from the Pleistocene in age. And our next one is White Horse Bluff. White Horse Bluff is a subquacious volcano in Wells Gray Provincial Park, east central British Columbia, Canada. And our next one is Williams Cone. Williams Cone is a satellite cone of Mount Aziza, located 36 kilometers east of Telegraph Creek. It lies just off the northern edge of the Tenco ice field and is one of the many postglacial cinder cones that lie on the Mount Aziza volcanic complex. Williams Cone last erupted about 1,350 years ago, along with other nearby volcanoes, such as the well-preserved Eve Cone. And our last one for British Columbia, Canada, and then we'll start with Canada. This one is Yetta Peak. Yetta Peak is a volcano and the highest peak of the Spectrum Range in the boundary ranges of northwestern British Columbia, Canada. It's located 35 miles southwest of Tagata and 3 miles south of Kitsu Peak. It is believed Yetta Peak last erupted during the Pleistocene period. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my video, please like, please share, and check out our YouTube channel for more videos. Thank you and have a great evening or day.